In the depths of the cosmos, a monumental challenge emerged, igniting the flames of innovation and propelling humanity into an era of unprecedented exploration. Welcome to a journey through time and space as we delve into one of the greatest quests ever undertaken, the space race, the race to the moon. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our future videos. In the mid-20th century, a fierce competition unfolded between two superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union. They embarked on a race that captivated the world, a race not only for scientific and technological superiority, but also for the hearts and minds of all mankind. The space race was a 20th century competition between two Cold War rivals, the United States and the Soviet Union, to achieve superior spaceflight capability. The technological advantage demonstrated by spaceflight achievement was seen as necessary for national security and became part of the symbolism and ideology of the time. The space race brought pioneering launches of artificial satellites, robotic space probes to the Moon, Venus, and Mars, and human spaceflight in low Earth orbit and ultimately to the Moon. The early years. The space race began in earnest in 1957 when the Soviet Union launched Sputnik, the first artificial satellite to orbit Earth. This was a major shock to the United States, which had been seen as the leading technological power in the world. The Soviets followed up Sputnik with a series of other successes, including the launch of the first dog into space, the first human into space, and the first woman into space. The United States responds. The United States was determined to catch up to and surpass the Soviet Union in the space race. In 1958, President Dwight D. Eisenhower created the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, to coordinate the U.S. space program. NASA quickly made progress, and in 1961, Alan Shepard became the first American to travel into space. The Kennedy Challenge. In 1961, President John F. Kennedy made a bold challenge to the nation to land a man on the moon by the end of the decade. This was a daunting task, but the American people were inspired by Kennedy's challenge, and NASA worked tirelessly to achieve it. The Apollo Program. The Apollo program was NASA's plan to land a man on the moon. The program was a massive undertaking, and it required the development of new technologies, such as the Saturn V rocket and the Apollo lunar module. The Saturn V rocket was the most powerful rocket ever built, and it was able to carry the Apollo spacecraft to the moon. The Apollo lunar module was a two-part spacecraft that allowed astronauts to land on the moon and return to the command module in orbit around the moon. The Apollo program was a success, and it resulted in the first humans landing on the moon in 1969. The Apollo program was a major milestone in human history, and it helped to inspire a generation of scientists and engineers. The Apollo 11 mission. The Apollo 11 mission was launched from Kennedy Space Center in Florida on July 16, 1969. The crew consisted of Armstrong, Aldrin, and Michael Collins. Armstrong and Aldrin spent approximately 2.25 hours on the moon. They collected samples of lunar rock and soil, and they planted an American flag. Armstrong famously said, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," as he took his first step on the moon. The Apollo 11 mission was a watershed moment in human history. It marked the first time that humans had set foot on another celestial body. The end of the space race. The Apollo program continued for several more years after the first moon landing, with a total of 12 men walking on the lunar surface. However, the Soviet Union had abandoned their lunar program in the early 1970s, and the space race effectively came to an end. It began in 1957 with the launch of Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite to orbit Earth. The space race culminated in 1969 with the Apollo 11 mission, which landed Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin on the moon. The space race is a reminder of what can be achieved when nations work together towards a common goal. It is a legacy that continues to inspire people today. The legacy of the space race. The space race had a profound impact on the world. It led to the development of new technologies that have benefited society in many ways, such as satellite communications and weather forecasting. It also helped to improve relations between the United States and the Soviet Union, and it inspired people around the world with the possibilities of space exploration. The future of space exploration. The space race may be over, but the exploration of space continues. NASA is currently working on a plan to send humans back to the moon, and it is also developing plans to send humans to Mars. The future of space exploration is bright, and it is likely that humans will continue to explore the vast reaches of space for many years to come. The space race was a time of great technological innovation and progress. It also had a profound impact on the Cold War, as it helped to shape the global balance of power. The space race is a reminder of the importance of science and technology, and of the power of human ambition. However, the space race remains a defining moment in the history of space exploration, and it is a testament to the human spirit of exploration and discovery. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.